building community in the vision of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and his successor, Imam Deen Mohammed, also known as Imam W. Deen Mohammed. We're going to look at a 9-point plan that Imam Muhammad envisioned as he brought us to the pure path of Islam from 1975 up to 2008 at the time of his death. It's the job and it's the responsibility of all of the Muslims who say that they follow his leadership to carry out those goals. Imam Muhammad says, community is the focus for us, and what I see as the most important thing to start with in building a community is the establishment of a nucleus. A Muslim community established to accommodate the lives of people who believe and worship God. Every community will have a house of worship or many. Communities are built to accommodate the needs of the family. The first need outside the home is to have a school to educate our children. Then the community wants to have a township, ordinances, rules, and regulations. After a while, you have many jobs and somebody regulating the town, which means government. This is the traditional pattern. Imam gave this address on December 5th, 1997. It's entitled Building Community and Family. And you can find this in the Muslim Journal newspaper if you want to read the whole article. Go to New Africa Radio, and they have the back issues of the Muslim Journal. Or go to the Imam W. Deen Muhammad Study Library. Now we're going to look at the 9-point plan of action proposed by Imam W. Deen Muhammad in his numerous lectures. 1. Establish a mosque. 2. Establish full-time school. 3. Call the general society to embrace al-Islam. 4. Establish businesses. 5. Establish geographic integrity by encouraging Muslims of the community to live in close proximity to the masjid or to the mosque. Establish the New Africa community concept. Establish social welfare institutions to respond to the need for spiritual and material assistance within the community, as well as the general society. Establish free healthcare clinic that will someday grow into a full-fledged hospital. Establish scout programs for young members of the community. And in addition, have classes at the masjid, including providing for youth mentorship, marriage counseling, prison outreach programs, employment assistance for ex-convicts. The first of those is to establish mosques, masajid, as places to worship Allah and congregation as centers for spiritual and moral training. We must establish mosques as places to worship Allah and congregation and as centers for spiritual and moral training. Imam quote, this is a quote from Imam Muhammad: we want mosques and masjids to get permission from the neighborhood first and then go down to City Hall or wherever you must go and ask permission to have the azan, the call of the prayer, sounded in the immediate area. It should be heard 1 or 2 or 3 blocks. And this is from Imam Muhammad, February 18, 1989. I didn't read the whole quote, but he gave this in Long Beach, California. Number 2, point 2, we must establish a full-time school educational system. Establish a full-time school or educational system. Number 1, Muhammad Schools, Madrasas of America. Sultan Cloud Muhammad School, pre and elementary school. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad Middle School, and Imam Deen Muhammad High School. Quote, that raises children with a strong Islamic identity so they can, as future Islamic leaders, effectively meet and deal with the challenges of growing up in the West. Number 2, Muhammad Ibn Abdullah University of Al-Islam, A school of mathematics, school of natural sciences, school of computer science, school of engineering, school of education, school of language, culture, and history, university library, university museum, school of social sciences, school of the language, logic, and reason of Imam Deen Mohammed, which be under the subject or umbrella of Islamic sciences. Number 3, we must establish political and social programs, crucial coalition for the reconstruction of unified community involvement and leadership. We will educate the deprived people, we will organize the productive masses, and we will coordinate the efforts of executive leadership in a national program for the survival and restoration of human life in America. Number 2, the African American Men Against Narcotics. Number 3, Muslim American Political Action Committee. Number 4, establish DAWA programs. Number 1, Black Arrest Pioneer Patrol, channeling the sincere efforts of human service and political support that the men of the Nation of Islam were known for. Combat social and physical moral blight, assist in social needs of the outer community. And number 2, the New Earth Stream, brothers and sisters go out into the outer community and invite the people to a better way of life, out of Islam. Brothers and sisters pass out flyers, brochures, etc., hold seminars on human development at the YMCA, churches, public schools, colleges, universities, drug abuse centers, radio programs, and do dawah on street corners, calling the general society to embrace the life-giving teachings of al-Islam. Imam, do the quote by Imam Mohammed. I don't know what Mr. Farrar had in his mind when he called us the fool of Islam, but brothers, in the new light that I see and understand and walk by now, we can really be the fool of Islam for the whole world. This is a quote from Imam Mohammed, December 23rd, 2005, at the 23rd Annual Syria Conference in Harlem, New York. Islam is freedom, justice, and equality. The sword of Islam, swords of al-Islam, man means mind. We have to establish manhood training in our masajids. The Muslim women development class, we have to establish womanhood training in our masajids. Imam Nas. Point number 5, establish businesses, bakeries, dress shops, grocery shops, restaurants, etc., to make the movement financially stable and independent. Do for self. All of you shouldn't want to be Imam Deen Muhammad. Some of you all should want to be the producers who provide us with the household needs, with the garments and things and the clothing and the furniture and the appliances and things we need in our house. Some of us should be wanting to establish a financial system that will be owned by us and will help serve our financial needs. There are many, many, many avenues, so let us not neglect this sabul that we have to, but let us all see the sabilullah is as that path on the horizontal plane that will help us to achieve our goals. Number 6, establishing financial institutions, banks, and credit unions. Number 7, establishing collective buying. Muslim American community purchase commodities, collective purchasing conference, or collective economics. Bulk purchases, as we did under the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Bulk buy. We have to buy in bulk, wholesale. Point 8, establish farms. Point 9, we must establish an independent press, Muslim journal newspaper, and distinct newspaper. Point 8 went by so fast, so I'm going to repeat point 8. Establishing farms to feed our community halal, lawful food, and tayyib, good foods. We have to eat to live, not live to eat. Point number 10, we must establish the New Africa community concept. The building of townships, establishing a New Africa business districts in already established cities or towns. We can't stop now. Imam W. Deen Mohammed. Point 11, we must establish Shura Bainahum and political action committees. Muslims, American political action committees, and the Coalition for Good Government. Islam is freedom, justice, and equality. Number 12, and I hope we'll line up with the points, but if not, point 12, we must establish a social welfare institution to respond to the social need for spiritual and material systems within the community as well as the general society. Point 12, I repeat, we must establish social welfare institutions to respond to the need for spiritual, material systems within the community. Point 13, we must establish free educational clinics that will someday grow into full-fledged hospitals. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad Memorial Hospital and the Muslim American Medical Association. Point 14, we must establish scout programs. Let us build schools, let us build schools, cultural centers, cultural museums, and cultural theaters. Let us infuse the Islamic spirit into the African American for music, for dance, for arts, and for culture. Let us infuse into them the Islamic potency, the Islamic spiritual value, the Islamic social value. Number 4, the focus is community life. That means masjids, that means schools, that means cultural centers. That means we should be trying to provide cultural outlets for Muslims. That means we should have Muslim theaters, we should have Muslim art. We need a different music. We need a different music and a new expression. We must also have strong businesses. We need to concentrate on business. Let's push the wilderness out of ourselves, out of our homes, out of our neighborhoods. Let us push the wilderness out of our Muslim community. We have to have a Muslim teachers college. We have to support the Muslim teachers college. We have to see growth and expansion for the Muslim teachers college. The above quotes were taken directly from Imam Deen Mohammed. Now look at point 5. We should look for the day when we have mosques, schools, science research, industry, and art. I hope the day will come soon when we will all the Muslims of the United States will participate in a great fair. I won't call it a trade fair. But it should be something out of that nature. It should be something very akin to that. Well, once every 5 years, we meet together and we bring our products to one central location. In fact, not just Muslims. In fact, the world will come to see the Muslims fair. At that great fair, we will have our products from factories, from the science departments, from the farms and farmland, and from all our labors and skills. And this was given by Imam Mohammed, February 18th, 1989 in Long Beach, California. And the last quote from Imam Mohammed, but the spirit is the power, and the spirit is the direction to take that flesh to its destination. The destination is going to be a new city, a new Jerusalem, a new community of man on this earth. And there are people who envy us that we have come upon this road. That we are on that journey. And this is Imam Mohammed, December 21st, 1997.